Yo, not backwards.
Watch your mouth.
How the fuck that feel, nigga?
Familiar. Fuck you doing, nigga? Hey, fall back. You know who the hell that is? Fix your face.
The film begins in Los Angeles in 1992, where Mercer receives a call from Child Protection Services regarding his conditional custody of his son, Antoine. As he prepares to wake him for school, Riggin meets his friend Copeland and proposes one final heist so they can leave their criminal lives behind for good. Back at home, Mercer makes breakfast, but Antoine refuses to eat. On the radio, news reports focus on the trial involving the beating of Rodney King by white police officers, a case drawing intense attention from the black community. Mercer attempts to connect with Antoine, who confronts him about being absent throughout his childhood and not being there during his mother's accident. Though Mercer tries to stay calm, he raises his voice after Antoine curses when a curfew is imposed due to rising tensions surrounding the trial. Meanwhile, Riggin picks up his brother Dennis and visits their troubled father to present their plan. At a grocery store, Mercer encounters young thugs harassing an Asian cashier. He calmly intervenes, but they threaten him with a gun. An older man named DeVille steps in, scolding the thugs for not knowing Mercer's past reputation in the community. DeVille apologizes and asks about Mercer's release from prison, revealing the circumstances that kept him away from his family. Mercer explains he has been out for 6 months and is trying to stay out of trouble. Riggin then takes his father to a factory where a safe holds $10 million in platinum. The vault is protected by an alarm system that triggers a descending metal cage. Despite Riggin's detailed planning, his father doubts the operation and criticizes his methods. Frustrated but silent, Riggin drives him home. Unbeknownst to them, Mercer works at the same factory. While retrieving his keys, he speaks with head of security Joseph about the verdict, predicting unrest if justice is not served. Later, the jury acquits the officers and violent riots erupt across Los Angeles. Antoine witnesses looting near their home. Seeing opportunity in the chaos, Riggin decides to execute the heist while police are distracted. His father agrees. For safety, Mercer and other factory workers are sent home. Riggin receives updates from a contact and gathers Dennis and Copeland, leaving Copeland's pregnant wife at home. Mercer asks Joseph if Antoine can stay at the factory due to their dangerous neighborhood. Joseph agrees. As Mercer searches for Antoine through the riot, Riggin and his crew head to the factory. Joseph, bored with surveillance, patrols the building. Riggin disables the exterior guard and drives the van inside. They encounter Joseph, and although Riggin tries to handle it calmly, his father's hired thugs suddenly shoot Joseph. Tension rises between Riggin and the thug, but their father reminds them the objective is platinum. They cut phone lines, disable surveillance, and move toward the safe with a forklift. Meanwhile, Mercer finds Antoine near a looted store and pulls him away. Inside the factory, the crew drills into the vault. Joseph regains consciousness and activates the alarm, triggering the descending cage. Riggin pushes the forklift forward to stop it, but Copeland's leg becomes trapped beneath the tire. Riggin tries to reverse, but his father refuses, fearing the cage will drop. The keys are taken to prevent him from moving the forklift. A patrol helicopter responds to the alarm, but sees nothing suspicious and leaves. On the streets, Mercer stops Antoine from joining the protest, urging him to see that violence harms their own community. Soon after, police pull them over for curfew enforcement, treat them harshly, and search them without cause. Though released, Antoine is shaken. Back at the factory, the criminals silence the alarm and shoot Joseph again. They eventually breach the safe with explosives. Riggin prepares the van while Dennis cleans Copeland's blood from his hands. Mercer arrives with Antoine, noticing the missing security guard, but entering anyway. He directs Antoine to the restroom. Dennis is startled by Antoine's sudden entrance and points a gun at him. Mercer discovers Joseph dead, takes his weapon, and comes under fire. He evades the gunman and searches for Antoine. Cutting power at the loading dock, he fights one thug and later knocks Riggin unconscious, taking him hostage. Dennis brings Antoine to their father, who interrogates him beside a gravely injured Copeland. Mercer questions Riggin, but gains little. Sneaking into the safe room, he witnesses the father threatening his own son. Unable to tolerate Copeland's screams any longer, the father kills him. The act traumatizes Dennis and Antoine. Antoine convinces the father he is only searching for his missing father, earning temporary sympathy until the thugs report Riggin missing. The father calls Antoine back and decides to use him as bait. The thugs discover the van rotor is missing. Mercer had removed it. Attempting to signal a helicopter for help, Mercer is ignored. A thug ambushes him, demanding the rotor. After a brutal struggle, Mercer shoots him, sending him crashing through the glass ceiling into the safe room. Mercer frees Riggin, expressing sympathy over his father's cruelty. When Riggin realizes Copeland is dead, he turns against his father. Meanwhile, the father and a remaining thug pour acid over the vault and pack the platinum. He contacts Mercer, proposing an exchange at the loading dock without weapons. Riggin warns Mercer it is a trap since his father eliminates witnesses. Mercer uses Riggin as leverage. At the dock, Dennis loads the platinum. The father retrieves and repairs the rotor, but decides to kill Antoine in revenge. Mercer pushes Riggin toward the van and opens fire, shooting Dennis in the process. Riggin helps his dying brother into the van as Mercer and Antoine drive off with the platinum. Consumed by greed, the father steals Mercer's car and gives chase. As Dennis dies in Riggin's arms, Riggin fires at his father, but is shot in the chest by the thug. He manages to shoot the thug before losing strength. Distracted by gunfire, Mercer crashes the van. The father approaches the wreck, seeing platinum scattered everywhere. He expresses regret to the dying Riggin before executing him. Hearing Mercer struggling, he prepares to shoot again, but Antoine, trembling, shoots the old man from behind. The film ends with Mercer and Antoine embracing as they drive away together. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe for more of these recaps.